The year is 1974. A lone figure, weathered by sun and salt, stands on the deck of a modest sailboat, a brass sextant held steady against the rolling Atlantic. With practiced hands, he sights the sun at its zenith, meticulously recording the angle, then retreats below to consult his almanac and perform a series of calculations. His position, derived from the ancient dance of celestial bodies, is plotted on a paper chart, a tiny pencil mark in the vastness. Fast forward to the present. His son, aboard a sleek modern yacht, navigates by the glow of multiple screens. A $40,000 suite of electronics, GPS, chart plotter, radar, autopilot, satellite communications, provides an unbroken stream of data, promising unparalleled precision and safety. Yet, as the story unfolds, only one of these mariners successfully completes their transatlantic journey. This isn't a romanticized fable of past glories. It's a stark, technical examination of navigation, a confrontation between the enduring wisdom of the stars and the seductive, yet fragile, power of silicon. It's a tale that forces us to question whether our relentless pursuit of technological advancement has, in some critical ways, made us more, not less, vulnerable to the ocean's indifferent might. Celestial navigation, the method employed by the father in 1974, is an art and a science that has guided mariners for millennia. It relies on observing the angular height of celestial bodies, the sun, moon, planets, and stars, above the horizon, combined with precise timekeeping and astronomical tables. A sextant, a chronometer, an almanac, and a set of sight reduction tables are the primary tools. The process is inherently manual, demanding skill, patience, and a deep understanding of spherical trigonometry. Its greatest strength lies in its autonomy and resilience. It requires no external power source beyond a reliable clock, is immune to electronic interference, and its fundamental principles are as constant as the cosmos itself. A skilled celestial navigator, even in the absence of all modern electronics, can determine their position with an accuracy typically within 1 to 2 nautical miles, sufficient for safe ocean crossings. The father's journey in 1974 would have been a testament to this resilience. His reliance on a sextant meant he was intimately connected to the natural world, constantly observing the sky, the sea, and the subtle shifts in weather. His mental faculties were honed by continuous calculation and interpretation. He understood the concept of redundancy not as a backup system, but as an inherent part of his skill set. If one observation was poor, he took another. If his chronometer failed, he had other methods of timekeeping. His navigation was a continuous active engagement with his environment, a dialogue between man and cosmos. Now, consider the sun's voyage. His $40,000 computer system represents the pinnacle of modern marine electronics. At its heart is the Global Positioning System, GPS, a constellation of satellites providing continuous, all-weather, worldwide positioning. This data feeds into a chart plotter, displaying the vessel's position on digital charts with astonishing accuracy, often within a few meters. Radar provides collision avoidance and weather information. An advanced autopilot maintains course with precision. Satellite communications offer real-time weather updates, email, and even internet access. On paper, this suite of technology should make navigation foolproof, safer, and more efficient than ever before. However, this technological marvel comes with inherent vulnerabilities. The very signals that provide such precision are susceptible to interference, both accidental and malicious. GPS jamming, the deliberate broadcasting of radio signals to overwhelm GPS receivers, can render the system useless. GPS spoofing, as discussed in a previous text, is even more insidious, feeding false position data to a receiver, making it believe it is somewhere it is not. These threats, once confined to military scenarios, are increasingly prevalent in civilian maritime environments, driven by geopolitical tensions and the proliferation of inexpensive jamming devices. Beyond deliberate interference, electronic systems are prone to failure modes that celestial navigation simply isn't. A single power surge, a faulty connection, a software glitch, or even a lightning strike can cripple an entire electronic suite. The salt-laden marine environment is notoriously harsh on electronics, leading to corrosion and premature failure. A $40,000 system, while impressive, is only as reliable as its weakest component and its power source. If the vessel's electrical system fails, the entire digital navigation suite goes dark, leaving the mariner blind. The most critical vulnerability, however, might not be technological, but human. The ease and apparent infallibility of modern electronics can foster technological complacency. Sailors, accustomed to the blue dot on the screen, may neglect to maintain proficiency in traditional navigation methods. The art of celestial navigation, once a rite of passage, is now a niche skill. The ability to read paper charts, understand magnetic variation, and interpret the subtle cues of the sea can atrophy when constantly overridden by digital displays. When the screens go blank, or worse, lie, the modern mariner, lacking a fundamental understanding of their true position, can quickly become disoriented and overwhelmed. Consider the psychological impact. The father, navigating by sextant, was in a constant state of active engagement, his mind a living calculator and his senses attuned to the environment. The son, relying on his computer, might experience a more passive form of navigation, occasionally glancing at screens, trusting the machine to do the heavy lifting. When the machine fails, the sudden shift from passive trust to active, desperate problem-solving can be paralyzing, especially if the underlying skills are rusty or non-existent. The father's navigation was a continuous process of verification, the son's a continuous process of acceptance. Real-world incidents underscore this vulnerability. There are numerous documented cases of vessels losing GPS signals due to jamming, solar flares, or equipment malfunction, leading to navigation errors, near misses, and even groundings. The International Maritime Organization, IMO, and various national maritime authorities increasingly advocate for navigation resilience, emphasizing the need for multiple diverse navigation systems, including a return to proficiency in celestial navigation as a critical backup. The U.S. Navy, recognizing the vulnerability of GPS, has reintroduced celestial navigation into its curriculum for surface warfare officers, acknowledging that even the most advanced military forces cannot solely rely on satellite systems. The contrast between the father's and son's journeys is not merely a generational divide, it's a philosophical one. The father's success was built on self-reliance, a deep understanding of fundamental principles, and a robust redundancy of skills. His tools were simple, but his mastery was profound. The son's journey, while equipped with tools of astonishing complexity, was perhaps undermined by an over-reliance on those tools, leading to a fragility that the ocean, in its timeless indifference, was quick to exploit. The $40,000 computer, for all its processing power, could not compensate for a lost connection to the fundamental art of knowing where you are. The "only one made it" aspect of the title hints at a tragic outcome for the son, a consequence of this technological over-reliance. Perhaps his computer system failed catastrophically, leaving him without a backup. Perhaps he was spoofed, led hundreds of miles off course, and ran out of fuel or provisions. Or perhaps, in a moment of crisis, his reliance on automation meant he lacked the instinctive understanding of the sea that his father possessed, leading to a fatal error. The ocean doesn't care about the cost of your electronics. It cares about your ability to understand and adapt to its power. This tale serves as a powerful reminder for all mariners, regardless of their vessel or experience level. Technology is an invaluable aid, but it is not a substitute for fundamental seamanship and navigation skills. Redundancy in navigation means not just having multiple GPS units, but also having the ability to navigate by alternative means, paper charts, compass, and, yes, even a sextant. The most reliable navigation system remains the human mind, trained and prepared for all eventualities, capable of interpreting both the digital data and the ancient wisdom of the stars. What are your thoughts on the balance between traditional and modern navigation? Do you believe over-reliance on technology makes us more vulnerable? Share your insights and experiences in the comments below.